Welcome. You're listening to 27 Degrees SAG. I'm your host, Kim Lalo, and we're here tonight. We're going to be discussing so many topics that's right around the corner. I'm so anxious to tell you about them. And they bring change. They bring change. They bring permanent change. And also, a lot of the ripple effects are going to be felt for the next 6 months. So we're talking about eclipse season and it's coming on strong. So let's start out with what's going on. What's up, Astro? I want to tell you, this is something that you're in the middle of an action-packed week, and I'm just catching up with you. So, and personally, I have so many things. I hope you do too, just like brimming and snapping and popping like crazy. So I'm really excited about the changes that are coming, and I hope you are too. So let's get right to it. If you need to session up, if you're having a little bit of indecision, maybe you need some clarity, you can go to my website, kimlalowe.com, and you can book time with me, and we can go over what's going on as far as really the changes that are going to be significant in your chart, and also how you are going to be able to use these particular times when perhaps change becomes or is presented as chaotic, but it is all for the best and all for the good. And, during these eclipse seasons, what we do is we kind of get rid of some of the things that aren't really serving us anymore, not really working for us anymore, so that we can streamline our energy and get ready for 2024. I mean, it is such a huge year coming up for us because it's going to be the year of the dragon. The year of the dragon is like, it's a year of starting your own business, entrepreneurship, really taking on your power. The dragon is the most powerful celestial animal of the Chinese zodiac. So this is the year where parents scheme to have children during this year, because they know if they give birth to a dragon child, that they will bring money into the family. It's an amazing year ahead, and I'd love to really do a huge intro about it. Also, we're moving into period 9. We have been for the last 20 years in period 8, which is an earth element, and that is all about construction, building. The do-it-yourself projects and also the big box stores have really captured our attention, and how we're going to redecorate our homes or build on a new patio or whatever it is that we're doing. But that's exactly what that 20-year stretch was about. This next 20 years coming up is totally different energy. It's a fire energy. It's an energy that's going to be blasting you off in ways that you cannot believe. Also, it's going to give you the inspiration to really kind of cut loose the things that you no longer believe in. The toxicity around you is going to kind of require a burning off period and also a healing period. So we've got a lot going on, and I mean, change is unbelievable in front of us. So I just want you to know that I'm here to help you, and I'm here to really graciously give you a plan as to how to take step-by-step action. So you can always come to my website, book a reading with me, feng shui as well. I also do locates for sacred space, for real estate. So I'm multi-talented, and I've been doing this for a very long time. I've got my clients are, they've had testimonials for many, many, many years. And yeah, and they're still with me. Isn't I'm just blessed. I'm blessed to be surrounded by such good people. And when you are consulting someone, they also enrich your life in so many different ways. And so I'm very, very blessed to have that energy exchange. And I hope that you will exchange your energy with me too. Okay, so tonight we are, yes, we are here at October 11th, 2023. And let's just back up a little bit because there's so many things this week that have impacted us in such a personal way in our everyday lives that you really need to know. Oh, that's why that happened. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, now I can go ahead with this, or I can kind of back off on that. Let's take a break because what we're going to be backing up to was October 8th. October 8th was a Sunday, and Venus, the planet of love, higher money, value, what you value, how you value yourself, all of these particular things went into the sign of Virgo. Now, Virgo is a particular sign. It likes to have everything the best that it can be. So that is your particular surroundings. That is your job. That is your appearance. That could be also your family. So, everybody says, oh, Virgos are very nitpicky and all of that. Actually, Virgos, their mastery is the cleanup crew. They come in and they sacrifice themselves and their, let me just say, their moment in the spotlight to really add to decluttering, really add to cleaning the details up in your life, and also to make suggestions on how things could be better. You could never have a more qualified person than a Virgo to come in and to edit exactly the project that they're on, and also to improve it by 500%. They always say after a disaster, call in a Virgo. They'll come in and they'll clean everything up and they will reorganize it so that you can go forward in the future. So I love it. I love it when Venus goes into Virgo. Why? Because Virgos have this sense of, they have a very deep sexuality, by the way, and a deep loyalty. They also have a way of being unpretentious, but yet effective. So I love when Venus comes in because everyone goes into cleanup mode. Everyone goes into cleanup mode. And what happens when you clean up, when you declutter, when you start that action? The next step is feng shui. The next step is to balance out and bring in the good chi and really bring success into your life. So during this particular time, fabulous time to go through your closets, bundle up the stuff in the garage that you're not needing anymore. Um, honor the ones who will appreciate your particular time and your organizational skills in the office as well. I mean, if you have some suggestions that you can, I want to say, edit your day-to-day spending, or perhaps your, not only the budgeting, but just the efficiency. There you go. The efficiency. This is the time to do it. But we've got Venus entering into Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign. And this is actually going to show up in 2 weeks when we've got the full moon lunar eclipse in the fellow earth sign of Taurus. So we're really going to be able to see the effects of what we have cleaned up, what we have cleared, what we have released, and also what is going to ground in for our future. So it's really important right now to go through everything in your life and just say, oh man, I can't believe she's saying this, because that's exactly what I felt like. I felt like, oh my gosh, I've got to go through and just kind of discard all this other stuff that I really didn't need anymore. Or perhaps you find yourself in the midst of a relationship or a career decision, and you're saying to yourself, you know what, I'm not getting the results I need from this, or I don't feel as though I am expanding my soul growth. And, I just feel like I'm going to be more effective independently than perhaps going through the pairing that we're going to see with the eclipse of Libra coming up. So Venus and Virgo, they love to be particular. They love to clean up. They love to point out how you could do better. I think we could do better. And this is what gets you on the right track of having an open mind. We can't really embrace change. We can't really embrace that there perhaps is a better way to do things unless we think, wow, there could be a better way of doing things, or a better look, or perhaps going in a different direction to get the results we really do need at the end of the road. I do also want to tell you that not only is this big earth sign, this Venus and Virgo happening, but also Pluto. Pluto is the planet of transformation. I am going to say hello, everybody, in the chat room here. Hi, everybody. Hello, Mr. Bill. How are you? And everybody that's coming in. Pluto is going to be going direct. Now, Pluto has been retrograde since May 1st. That's a long time, because Pluto is what transforms things, things that have no roots, things that are just like fly by night, debris, all of these kinds of things. These are the things that really we're just going to reduce, and we're going to feed back into the universe, and we are going to rebuild. Pluto is the sign of transformation, death, and rebirth. Let things go, let things decay, let things die a graceful death. Death is transformation. It's not really a solid ending. It's just a transformation so that you can rebirth yourself. Now, because it's in Capricorn, and because it's at the very, very end of the sign of Capricorn, in fact, it is exactly at 28 degrees, okay? So we've got one more degree, 29. So when this happens in Capricorn, Capricorn rules business, it rules government, it rules institutions, it rules belief systems. It is governed by Saturn, which is the father figure, which is really the conception of time. So we're getting to the end of a specific time and a specific way that we believe in how things should be run, should be done, should be experienced. And this is the time when you're going to see government changes. You're going to see big health institutions, because it's tied with the Venus and Virgo, which rules your health, rules your intestines, rules your breakdown of food. And so as we have these two earth signs working now full blast, you're going to see some major transformations that were overdue, way overdue. And it's going to be all of the debris, the clutter, the chaos is going to be absorbed in the earth element. So it's going to be really kind of sucked up into planet Earth, so that it really turns into fertilizer so that we can give birth to new meaning, to new experiences, to a new life, to a new path, to a new way of doing government, to a new way of getting things accomplished. So you're going to see a lot of things happening now. And this is going to be really kind of segueing into 2024, which is really going to be a huge, huge change for us. It's really going to be a step up. So just kind of know that we are, we're going to be back to dabbling into Aquarius for Pluto. It's going to be moving into 29 degrees and of Capricorn, and then into Aquarius. So once that happens, that 18 years of Pluto going into the age of Aquarius. So that's really going to bring us up to and through period 9 of feng shui. So we're going to talk about that too. But the biggest thing that's happening right now, today, that's huge, is that Venus's partner Mars. Venus is the feminine, Mars is the masculine energy of action. Mars has just gone into the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio is a water sign, a feminine sign. Scorpio gets down to it. Scorpio is fearless. When Mars goes into Scorpio, they don't hear threats. They don't fear what war could bring. They don't fear bombing. They don't fear anything. It is something that if it needs to be done, let's get it over with. Because Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, the transformation planet. So a lot of times when you see Mars going into Scorpio, you're going to see bits and pieces of the warring activity. And we're also, having all of these particular planets going to be partying in the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio rules the underworld. Scorpio rules a way of manipulation, a way of control that is that can be very heavy-handed. It can be ruthless. It can be extremely invasive. It can be abusive in a sexual way as well. It can be, it can play on your vices. It can play for manipulation purposes. It wants to get its way no matter what. No matter what. And when I see Mars in Scorpio, there's a lot of courage involved to be balls out like Mars is in Scorpio. And when I see this, I know that people will argue, people will do things behind your back. They'll play dirty. They'll get down to the nitty-gritty. But what they really want and what they're really seeking in all of this manipulation and control is truth. They want to feel their own truth. They want to go so deep. It's not like a drive-by kind of action that's taking place. This is on so many different levels that you may need to have some counseling, because what this brings up is a lot of trauma, is a lot of scar tissue, is a lot of clearing of the karma. This is what I call taking off the chains of the soul. If you feel trapped in any way, shape, or form, This is what Mars in Scorpio is mastery of. It comes in and it says, look at how raw this is. Look at how wrong this is. Look at how abusive this is. And you're stuck. We're going to get rid of this. We're going to transform this. We're going to work on this. We are going to get to the truth of how this happened, why this happened, and how you are going to go forward stronger, more courageous. And not only that, but also, I'm going to say, because Scorpio is a water sign, more reliant on your intuition and your psychic ability. Mars in Scorpio tends to work with the unseen energy. This is what happens. So it's just, Mars has just gone into Scorpio today, Wednesday, October 11th. And this is going to get down and dirty. You are going to see things come up that you never dreamed possible. There's going to be facts. There's going to be figures. There's going to be a lot of research done. And when this research is happening, it's going to be in secret. This is what happens behind the scenes. Not just that, but this also rules money. This is what happens when they are working on a plan for financial results. Any Scorpio, anybody that has a sun, a moon, or a rising, or Mars in Scorpio needs to be in control of the finances. They need it. They have to have it. Also, very important to know on an emotional level, the sign of Scorpio, they don't trust anything or anyone. They're not fearless. I mean, they're not afraid of anybody. They just don't trust them. They have to convince themselves by doing the research, by going through and finding out, okay, what really happened here. I'm going into the underworld to find out exactly what the nitty-gritty is here. Because sometimes on the 3D surface level, things aren't always as they seem, right? Sometimes they're glossed over, especially when we have the sun in Libra, where Libra doesn't want to rock the boat. Libra's like, let's just agree to harmonize and everybody play nice and peace and harmony. And Mars is like, oh, hell no, we're not doing that. Because we're not going to get anywhere with clearing our karma doing that. So having this big, huge action, this big, huge push in finding out the truth and getting down into it, no matter the consequences. They don't care. Remember, they're fearless, absolutely fearless. Anyone that has Mars in Scorpio may speak in a way where they mean business, and they're not here to please you or your mother or your grandmother. They are there to do business, and they are there to get results, and they're there to tell you that you can be loved in such a deeply passionate way that it goes through your skin, through your bones, and into the next lifetime. Because that's how Scorpio wants to be loved. It doesn't just want to look good. It doesn't just want to smell good. It doesn't just want to be the it girl for a couple of weeks. No, Scorpio wants to be the love of your life and for the next couple of lives. This is how deep it is. Can Scorpio become obsessed? Yes. Can they become obsessed and passionate and out of control? Yes, absolutely. They can develop revenge in a way that you would never know. You would have no idea the revenge seeking planning that Mars in Scorpio can construct in a way that they have to be aware of putting all of that, putting the skids on that revenge, the action to it. They may think about it, but doing the action is another thing. So, do we have this wonderful, inspiring energy? Yes, we do. We do have this get to the bottom of it. We want the facts, we want the truth. And if someone says to you, you can't handle the truth, it'll be a Scorpio. Because Scorpios say, look, guess what? You're not going to like this, but this is how it is. And this will change your life. And they are extremely loyal, and they cannot understand how anyone else cannot be loyal. And this is a problem in the relationships because they expect people to have their standards and their depth of feeling, their depth of psychic ability, their depths to know that there isn't just one dimension. They can operate on many dimensions, not only on the third dimension like we have here, but to go underground and to see what's hidden behind souls, behind intention. They want to know why you intended to do that. They even want to know if you even know why you're doing what you're doing. They're very calculating as well. And so what we've got going on here is on the surface, we've got this beautiful, we want harmony. We want peace, loving Libra, who is all about balance and who is all about, can we look the best we can look? Can we smell the best we can smell? I want Venus and beauty all around me. I really don't want to see the raw. They can't handle the raw. But then here we've got this amazing Mars entering into Scorpio that orders everything deep and raw and nitty gritty. They love that. That's their playground. So we've got two totally different opposite energies going on here. It's up to you now that I've told you this to be able to look at different scenarios to see what's on the surface and what is really underground, what is really happening, what is the action behind the intention or behind the story that you're hearing. Do we all want peace and harmony and balance? Yes, of course we do. But sometimes we have got to face reality. We have got to face the why, and we have got to face how these particular actions can clean up a lot of karma, a lot of debris, and transform us into that picture of balance and harmony. So that's what's going on there. This is just really getting us all primed and ready for a new moon solar eclipse in Libra, 21 degrees. That's coming up for October 14th. Oh, wow. This new moon in Libra. That tennis shoe, New Balance? the sports brand. We're going to find a new balance, one that's based on truth. We're going to find a new harmony, one that's based on a new dimension. This is our new moon to write out 10 wishes about the balance we need to find. Because once we know the truth, we can see through the chaos, we can see through misgivings, misguidedness, abuse. We can see where the healing needs to take place. Your body, like if there's any kind of dis-ease or any type of condition within the body, we need to go in and see exactly, what's malfunctioning here so that we can restore the balance so that your body can heal, so that you can be stronger than ever. And that's exactly what we're doing with this particular new moon in Libra. So this solar eclipse is male. It has to do with perhaps a male in your particular inner circle that may be leaving, that may be, or it could be someone that has a lot of Libra in the chart that could be taking on a new direction. Very, very interesting. And that's why I love to look at your chart to show you where your Libra is and how it's being aspected during this time. Because these changes that you're going to make are going to be permanent. And they are going to be felt for the next 6 months. This is why eclipses are so important. It's like having, it's just like having very, very intense activity. This new moon is when we cultivate new things in our life, where we actually visualize what new things do we want in our lives that will ultimately reach us to our goal of being stabilized, harmonized, and having a very peaceful inner life happening. What I like about this is that Uranus and Pluto. Uranus, of course, is the planet of independence, the planet of surprise, the planet of, oh my gosh, so many wonderful things. Genius activity, new inventions. Also, electricity. Electricity is ruled by Uranus. So Uranus and Pluto have this very rare connection during this particular new moon solar eclipse. And it actually is pointing to an opportunity that could make you, I want to say, give you a financial opportunity to really get some results. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that if you're in debt and you have not been paying down your debt, this is a turn of events that will help you pay off your debt. This is a transformation that perhaps will give you something of a surprise, whether it's a client that is going to be a stabilizing financial result into 2024, or it could be winning the lottery. It could be winning a jackpot. But it also could be meeting up with a partner. Libras rule partnerships. They rule the we factor, that you collaborate with someone who will get you triple the financial arrangement that you could never reach on your own. So this is the time to really collaborate, to get with a partner. If you wanted to partner up on something, This is the time where the sweet value is in your favor. And I want to say that also there's a couple of details that are going to take some time to iron out. But we've got this 6-month opening here, and this is going to change your way you make money, change the how you make money, change the why you make money, and change the what you do with your money. This is something that's going to come up for you, that's going to provide a type of underlying security for you. So this is going to fishtail, fantail, however you want to say it, into the full moon lunar eclipse on the 28th of October in Taurus, which rules the stock market. A lot of times, when October comes around, we get this full moon in Taurus, and what happens is that it affects the stock market. So if the stock market is going to get chaotic, or perhaps it'll crash, or perhaps it will be redesigned on how things work. It could be in this particular phase that you may want to reconsider at this particular new moon what you're doing with your investments, what you're doing with your stocks, your bonds, things like that. So this is the kind of thing that, you really do need to take a look at, because the full moon lunar eclipse, these are endings. This is a celebration or a culmination of what you've done, in the past year. This is huge stuff. At Taurus at 5 degrees. So, and it's lunar. So it has everything to do with the feminine. It has everything to do with where your moon is aspected as well. Mars is going to be opposing Jupiter at this particular full moon lunar eclipse on the 28th of October. It's a great time to perhaps take the funds from the stock market, put it into real estate, perhaps do some rearranging of maybe insurances as well. This is a great time because Mercury is going to be partnering up with Mars. So you're going to be thinking about new ways for your financial security. And these are things where perhaps you need to say goodbye to the past and how you dealt with your finances in the past, and really open up your mind to how to make money, how to increase your value in the future. So there's going to be some great opportunities coming here. And I just want to tell you that these two particular eclipses are really going to be game changers. With Uranus being friendly, any kind of changes or anything that's going to be coming down the pike, usually Uranus is in charge of earthquakes, volcanoes, bad storms, rearranging boundaries, country boundaries, rearranging land versus water marks and things like that. We may be having some rearranging of the maps, so to speak. Now, can this be coming from a war? Could this be coming from, a mediation where we say, okay, we're going to give some to take some and things like that in different places on the planet? Absolutely. So we're going to take a look at that. Boundary changes are huge as well. I also want to talk about going into Scorpio season. We're in Libra right at this particular moment, but we're moving into Scorpio. So we've got We've got our Mars going into Scorpio. We've got Mercury going into Scorpio, which is October 21st. So the party's going to be happening in Scorpio. Scorpio, the sun is going into Scorpio on October 23rd. We've got wonderful things going on for Halloween as well. The veil is going to be extremely thin as usual. Scorpios see unseen energy. They are fabulous at understanding what went down, perhaps in homes, or they'll walk into a place and right away they can read the room, they can hear what went down, they can sense that there has been perhaps an argument in the room. They're extremely psychic. They're extremely good at contacting the other side. They're very, very sharp in being very private about what they witness or experience. They're not one to express everything that's been happening to them as far as in the psychic realm. They are great dreamers. They get their messages through their dreams because of them being a water sign too. So their imaginations are very good. They tend to like to go so deep as far as they're experiencing things and their passions and their creativity, that a lot of times they become addicted to the realm that they go to when they take drugs or alcohol or even meditation, or even contacting the other side. They would rather be in that state of mind than perhaps in the 3D where, you get up, you go to work, you do things, by the hour. All this energy is now going into Scorpio. So if there was a time when perhaps you would like to do readings for people on the other side, or you would like to contact your guides, or perhaps you would like to do a sustainable meditation every single day, this is the time to do it. If you would like to, also, what's really great about the chunk of space in the zodiac timeline right now is that your perceptions are very keen, whether it's your hearing or your smell or your voice or your sense of music, your sense of color. A lot of times, Scorpios love to wear the color black. Black and red really responds to them. That heated passion of the red and that water color of black that goes into the underground. So a lot of times you'll see this, and it's very prevalent, when you talk about Halloween and black cats and just a lot of the costuming and things like that. You are also, depending on what house Scorpio is in your particular chart, Scorpio is now going to be highlighting that area of your life. And it's about to get intense because that's the only way Scorpios like to breathe in and out very intensely. So wherever it is, whether it's in your first house of self, whether it is in your second house of finances, whether it is the way you communicate, whether it is just your sacred space and the home in which you live in, where you reside, whether it's your children or the way that you use your creativity, whether it's in your health, whether it's in your day-to-day workspace, whether it's in your relationship and how you pair up with someone, your passionate qualities, and that's sexual as well, whether it is in reaching the very depths. You see, Scorpio naturally rules the eighth house. The eighth house is the unseen energy. It also rules insurance. It rules your karma, your underlying, your underlying reason and your mission about why you're here. It could rule the ninth house, where that is your inner wisdom. That is also your spirituality. Are we abandoning? Are we getting to the bottom of some of these religions? And are we getting to the bottom of the commandments and the Bible and the life of Jesus and his message? And do we really need to go to church, or do we really need to acknowledge that that our Lord, our Jesus, our God, our source is inside of each and every one of us, and that this right here is your temple, that your body is your temple, and to treat it such, and to get so passionate about that. So, there's a lot of things going on. And so, that's why if you session up with me and you do a reading with me, we're going to go through all of these things that are affecting you right now. And we're going to make up a timeline exactly how you can use this to the fullest, and where it will have the most, I want to say, the best results for your soul growth, but also to really get the joy out of your creativity while you're doing this. Because to get to the bottom of a lot of these things, we've been waiting eons to do. And now we have got the time where, wow, we can really get some work done here. It's going to be great. And we're going to unload a lot of things we've been carrying through many, many lifetimes. And we are going to be able to fill in the cracks, fill in the blanks with the joy and the appreciation that we can breathe in and out and live our lives. So this is really important. I can't tell you, this particular month of October is a game changer. It's definitely, when you look back 6 months from now, you're going to say it all started in October. So I just want you to know that. And I want you to know that if you are going to be celebrating Halloween or any type of or anything like that, it's really going to be creative with your costume, and creative about how you're going to be going into November for All Souls Day. So yeah, we've got a lot going on. I also want to right now, I'm going to pick a card. This is going to be a universal card for everybody that's listening or watching, or perhaps you come across me through the archives on YouTube or whatever that is. But I'm going to be picking out a card, and I hope this resonates with you. Each age has its own special joys and experiences. I am always the perfect age for where I am in life. And that's a great thing to know. I am at peace with my age. A lot of times, talking about age, a lot of times when we're young, we want to be old. And most often when you're old, you want to be young. You are perfect for where you are at this particular moment. You have the opportunity through these eclipses to be enhanced, to have some soul growth, and also to clear out and to let go of a lot of the trauma and a lot of the, I want to say, chains that bind us in so many different ways. We're going to need to be aware of what we need to let go of, because 2024 is when we really blast off. And you've got to be light, you've got to be bright, and you got to be ready to rock and roll. So I'm here to help you. I also want to tell you that I have some projects coming up for me personally. These eclipses have been bringing them on for me. I have got a book to write. I've got a screenplay to get out. I've got many other things to do. So I'm going to be taking a sabbatical from my show, 27 Degrees Sag, until 2024, because I myself am going to take my time to really get ready for my next blast off, and I hope you all do the same. I am going to be accepting consultations, readings, and also, working on that capacity. You can go to Kimla Lowe, LOWE.com, session up with me. You can always reach me through Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. I'm on all of those, and you can always get a hold of me there. You can delight yourself and binge on a stream of 27 Degrees Sag from my shows. They will still be up on YouTube, so you can always see me. But there's only so much in a day, and there's only so much to really meet some deadlines that I have to meet. So I have to finish editing the book. I also have to finish the screenplay that I'm doing, and a lot of the other things that I'm doing. I'm guest. I'm being a guest on other people's shows, so you can catch me there. But this particular show, I'm going to be doing a sabbatical until next year. So I hope to keep in contact with all of you. And if you need me, you can always reach me at my website, kimlalowe.com. But there's only so much that I can do, and I really do have some crunch time that I need to really need to put my focus on and my attention to. So this show, even though it's just an hour, it's a lot of planning, and it's a lot of creativity. It's a lot of topic inclusion. And when I have my book, and when the screenplay gets out there as well, we are going to have a lot of fun regrouping in a new dimension in period 9, which is awesome. I'm also going to be offering a seminar for period 9. So there's a lot of projects that I have under my belt, and I'm trying to get to all of them. So I want to thank you all for coming along with me these last couple of years at 27 Degrees Sag. I've had a wonderful time, and what we're going to do is we're going to just all, kind of use this time to really gear up. And if I can help you, let me. I'm here to help you. I do have my master's in metaphysical counseling, so I'm here for any kind of challenges that you may be going through at this time. So I am so looking forward to getting these projects out so that I can really talk about them. uh, uh, and we will continue 27 Degrees Sag in 2024. So until that time, May the angels protect you and guide you. And please enjoy these eclipses. If you need any help in constructing a timeline, or perhaps answering any questions you may have, or providing any clarity that you need at this time, do not hesitate to get a hold of me and book some time with me. I would love to connect with you. So until next time, may the angels protect you and guide you. Good night, everyone.